Looks like White's going to keep his hand. So we are underway here in the finals from Milwaukee. It's a Swift Spear in for 1. Sam will fall down to 19. Thought sees the draw here.
And because of that temple, by the time he thought seizes, there may not be any cards left in Jory's hand.
Temple to C, top card goes to the bottom. Let's see if Jory's able to find land number 2. Looks like he did.
Big. This is easily the best of Jory's hands then. All he needs is 2 lands to win a game.
Yep. That, and he's got an Eidolon as a follow-up. So this is a great start.
Boy, try casting Thoughtseize into that.
Hey, just drew another Thoughtseize.
You like taking 2 off it, how about 4?
I don't want to do that.
Turn target card in Jory's hand into Stoke the Flames. Yeah, okay, great. I mean, it is questionable whether or not Sam should cast Thoughtseize or just not cast Thoughtseize.
I think he should not cast Thoughtseize.
Right, so these are just dead. And yeah, he drew one, so now Sam's has a double mulligan. He has 2 Thoughtseizes in his hand.
Yeah.
This really showcases how tough this matchup can be for Sam.
Another Swift Spear. White will take 2. He's coming across. I think we might see a Wild Slash here. Yep, he has to take 2 to cast it, but this is a lot of damage now. So 6 points of damage total.
Yeah, so it's 2 from the Wild Slash, 2 from the Eidolon, and 2 from each Swift Spear. That's 8 total. Sam drops to 10. He's getting very low. Now remember, there are 2 main deck Languishes in Sam's deck. It could forgive everything.
Even a card like Void Snare is really bad right now.
I don't want to Void Snare Eidolon. That's not even good.
Yeah.
It's the same as not casting it, right? Because Eidolon deals 2 if you don't cast it. It deals 2 if you do.
Let's see if Braatz has a land to play Languish. Looks like he does. So
that's
pretty important.
There's 2 of in his main. I mean, that shows why he would keep this kind of hand.
Well, Jory has an Abbott in hand, and he also has he's just drawn an Eidolon, I believe. And I like, either one's actually fine to start with. Let's see what he wants to go with. Swift Spear, sure. Come across for 1.
Reload, put Sam to 5. 1 spell makes the attack lethal already. Just kind of showcases how horrible this is game 1 for Sam.
Yeah, it's really bad.
He had his best card in his opener and is just getting pummeled.
He's drawn Thoughtseizes, which are uncastable. Void Snare, which is uncastable. Void Snare on this board, still uncastable.
I mean, yeah, so you can get a Swift Spear. I don't even want to take the Abbott. This is, these cards match up horribly. You see a smile on Sam's face, he just knows it. He has all these cards and just doesn't want to play a single one of them.
I'd say he'd drawn the bad half of his deck game 1, but I'm not sure there's a good half.
No, he had Languish. That's probably the good half.
Is that the good half? Okay.
I think so.
So White is waiting patiently here on his mulligan to 5.
You could play, if he has Demonic Pact, he could play, oh boy. He could play Demonic Pact, hope to survive a turn, maybe get that Drain ability, probably die. Oh, okay, yeah, we're going to Thoughtseize.
This is
when we're on 5 life. Look at that smile, he just knows.
Very painful to watch.
Well, the problem is he's going to go to 2 off the attack from Swift Spear, and then Jory's going to play an Eidolon.
Yeah. This is just tough to watch.
If Jory draws a lot of lands, and Sam top decks the remaining Languish in his deck, and then gains some life, then maybe he could win.
Here's Eidolon. Attack you for 1, put you to 2.
Yeah, convenient number.
Yep. All right, is there a Languish?
We'll Languish it up. No, Satyr Wayfinder, you can't cast that. No.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Jory White's going to win game number 1 here over Sam Braatz. Mono Red Aggro predictably wins game number 1 here over Sultai Control, even though Jory mulliganed to 5 game 1. It is a horrible matchup for Sam game 1.
5 cards, no problem. Yeah, Thoughtseize, Void Snare. Those cards are so bad against Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Yeah, that was, wow. That was tough. But there are good sideboard options, and we're going to take a look at them right now here for both players. So we'll find that Sam does have some Ords of Warding, 2 of those, 2 Disdainful Strokes and Negate, 4 Farika's Cures, a Sultai Charm, 2 Duress, a Languish, and 2 Self-Inflicted Wounds. So there are actually good cards for him to bring in.
I mean, it's from the way his board looks, it is clear he knows this is a bad matchup. All right, 4 Farika's Cure. Yes, all of them. They're great. Gain life, kill creatures. Negate's probably good here. Duress, yeah, that is probably better than these Thoughtseizes we have. But we see the Languish come in. The Orbs of Warding, of course, come in. They give him Hexproof. They take less damage from creatures. I mean, you start by asking, what cards can he board out here? Okay, these Thoughtseizes and Void Snares are horrible. I mean, I don't know, because I think he needs to keep in Demonic Pact. Maybe he's priced into keeping a couple Void Snares in. it's not unreasonable. I mean, he has other things to side out. We have Ugin, we have Garrick. Don't really like any of those. So he's going to make room for a lot of these cards. Yeah, and that's what we're interesting. I don't know about the voice snare count because of his demonic pacts. Maybe he has to go down to a smaller number of pacts.
Well, on white side, he's got an Arc Lightning, 2 Goblin Heel Cutters, 2 Magma Sprays, 2 Outpost Siege, 4 Roast, 3 Scab Clan Berserkers, and a Smash to Smithereens. I actually like some of his options here. I like Berserker, Heel Cutter, and Outpost Siege in the matchup.
Yeah, I definitely like Siege and Berserker. Sam's going to be leaning so hard on cards like Languish to win that I would like to have more card advantage, go a little bit bigger. This is traditionally what the deck does against removal. Heel Cutter's interesting. I normally like it here, except for the fact that Sam has no creature that actually can block red things. His creatures stink, so I don't even know. I don't know if you want to board that in. But the other Sieges and Berserkers were on board.
Well, there are the options there for both players. And while we get ready here for game number 2, we got to talk about the Battle for Zendikar pre-release that's taking place at the Star City Game Center this coming weekend, September 26th and the 27th. You can pre-register today at starcitygames.com/pre-release. You see the playmat there, the Battle for Zendikar playmat. It's exclusive at the Star City Game Center only. So if you can make it out to Roanoke, you'll get one of these for playing at events. But if you can't, we understand if you're not able to, head to the website Monday morning, September 28th, and they will be available for purchase. Any that we do have left. These playmats are very, very hard to find every time we do this pre-release thing that we do at the Game Center. So again, starcitygames.com/pre-release for more information and to get signed up for things. And hopefully, we'll see you in Roanoke, Virginia, September 26th and the 27th as we get ready now for game number 2 between Mono Red Aggro and Sultai Control in what was a very humiliating game 1. That was truly embarrassing. No, through no fault of Sam. Just the cards against Eidolon could not have lined up any worse.
He had a full group of cards that were all just uncastable.
When stuff like that happens in a match of Magic, all you can do is laugh. And that's exactly what Sam did. I can't play my Thoughtseize. Voidnare couldn't be worse. I have
Everything's
Languish.
Terrible.
Yeah, I have Languish. That's neat. But nothing could have lined up worse there for Sam.
Yep, that's horrible.
So hopefully cards line up better for him. And as you said, his sideboard, it's very clear. It's a loud statement that, like, my red matchup is bad, so I need some help. So here it is.
I mean, we have Orbs of Warding, 2 of them.
Yep.
And 4 Farika's Cures. These are cards, I don't know if they come in any other matchup. So 6 cards in your board that might be one-trick ponies. That's a huge commitment. That's almost half your sideboard for one deck.
Yeah. Don't know how many times he's played against it this weekend. I still think the matchup is bad for him. You know, he is giving away a game. I can't imagine he wins game 1 very often. I mean, we just saw Jory mulligan to 5 and win that game very easily.
The rate at which he's giving up game 1 is so high that he'd have to have a slam dunk sideboard plan where he starts winning a large majority of the games. And he certainly made his matchup better, but I don't think it's enough better.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out, right, if this is a slam dunk sideboard plan as these players shuffle up for game number 2. It'll be interesting to see. For White, he won game number 1 very easily, and for what it's worth, for both these players, they've coasted thus far through the elimination rounds. Neither of them dropped a game until Sam just lost that one. So they've enjoyed their stay here in the elimination rounds of Milwaukee, but only one of them was walking out here with $5,000, 25 Open Series points, and an invite to our Season 4 Invitational. And right now, it looks like it's going to be Jory White. It looks like
I mean, he's got to be so thrilled that neither Burnett or Jim Davis made it past Sam's deck. We saw that earlier, blue-white control is so much harder of a matchup for mono red. Have a rock, paper, scissors between the 3 of them, really.
Oh, players lay out their opening hands. Take a look. And we'll find out if Sam can find an opening hand that he likes. Now, he does have some cards that are nice in the matchup after board. Again, Farika's Cure, Satyr Wayfinder is good in the matchup. Languish is good in the matchup. Jace is pretty good if it survives. So there are cards that matter here. And it looks like both players are going to keep. So we're underway here with a Temple of Deceit. Braatz will leave that card on top. And Jory with no play on turn 1.
See, it looks like we have a fair amount of lands on Sam's side. Happy with a slow pace to start the game.
Gonna fire off a Duress. Great card in this matchup.
Curious, just keeping count just how many sideboard cards we see here. Duress puts us at 1. And it is all burn from Jory.
Wow.
Strike 3 lightning strikes, exquisite firecraft, searing blood, lands 2 and 3. So if you add up the burn here, this is, I mean, this is 16 points.
And something will get selected here to lower that count. I wouldn't be surprised if it's exquisite firecraft, perhaps searing blood, if he doesn't want to take the ultimate punishment from playing a Jace or a Satyr Wayfinder.
If the Jory's plan is 20 points to burn, the best defense is to take the biggest number, and that is exquisite firecraft.
Well, that's going to bite the dust. Opulent Palace is the land there for Sam. And we're going to head back Jory White's way. See if he can find a creature here. Looks like he did, and it's a pretty good one. It's an Eidolon past the turn
Smirk
back.
on Jory's eyes. Like, yeah, good thing you didn't dress that one.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's your tournament, you know?
You see Void Snare still in the deck for Sam Braatz. Looks like he even has a Demonic Pact to go with it, so that's strong. But no plays yet. Murderous Cut in his hand, only 1 card in his graveyard.
Searing Blood the draw. There's a forest. Eidolon got to come into the red zone now.
I believe he has a copy of Sultai Charm, and that's going to take care of Eidolon. At a price, yes, but that'll work for him.
2 damage to be dealt. Braatz will fall down to 18.
And one thing I really like is if Sam hits the land for a Demonic Pact, this is a game where I think Demonic Pact is a big player.
Board's clear.
Not only is the board clear, Jory's holding a lot of burn. So the if he starts off in the first one by having Jory discard 2, that's great.
Yep.
Gaining 4, that's great. Now,
burn spells are going upstairs now.
Yeah, and because Sam missed the land, there's going to be this discard 2 is getting worse and worse.
Zergo the draw.
Sam's draw last turn, he missed land 4. He did hit another Sultai Charm. So if Jory decides to, say, dash or Zergo, that'll get taken down.
And he will be dashing.
Great turn for Sam then. He's taking 0.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Jory had to pick it between dashing Zergo here and playing Zergo and lightning striking. It's pretty close, to be fair.
Well, there's the charm to take that down. Sam with a Yavimaya Coast, and now we're going to get very demonic.
And yeah, this is exactly where Sam wants to be. And I don't see Jory beating this card, actually.
This is actually going to be a really hard game for Jory to win now.
Yeah.
Jory doesn't have a lot going on.
Starts on discard 2. Get cards while Jory has them. After that, let's gain 4. Each of these abilities, other than obviously the lose the game ability, all read 2 cards.
Yep. There's a heel cutter come across. Sam is going to fall down to 12.
Question is, can Sam, he can take a turn off here to discard 2, or does he just immediately go for the life gain? He does have a Void Snare, so when he hits 5 mana, he can just use a Demonic Pact, snare, and go again.
Oh, we'll see which mode he wants to go with.
Looks like he's very careful about his own life total right now.
Yeah, he's going to make him discard 2. I think Searing Bloods are pretty straightforward discards.
Yeah, I don't think Sam's playing creatures. So, Lightning Strike and Searing Blood taken away.
Opulent Palace to draw here. That'll be a land. Pass the turn back. White with a mountain.
Has Murderous Cut still in his hand. If Jory goes to dash that heel cutter, you have to expect it'll come out.
Oh, there's your heel cutter.
Yeah.
Coming across, there's a cut. Not going to get any work done this turn. Demonic Pact looking to help run away with this game.
Yeah, I mean, this Demonic Pact looks really impressive here.
Going to draw cards this time.
I mean, that's a big show of strength that he didn't even need to gain life that turn.
Perhaps this card is quite good after rotation. We'll find out. For now, Satyr Wayfinder will turn over a couple of cards. Jace is going to go away. Temple of Deceit will be added to Sam's hand. And now here comes Temple. And we'll see what the top card here is in a moment and if Sam wants to keep it. And he does want to keep it very quickly. And now here's Jace. So as embarrassing as game number 1 was, his deck coughed up everything incorrectly. Sam is looking in the driver's seat this game. Mountain's the draw here for Jory White, and that's not helpful at all. Searing Blood will take care of Jace. Sam will fall down to 9. Lightning Strike can put him down to 6. But remember one thing, he hasn't used that gain of life mode yet. And between that and
There
lose the
we go,
game,
yeah.
I think we know which one he's going to select.
Wait, as long as he remembers to Void Snare the Demonic Pact this turn, he should be fine.
Yep. Be a touch awkward if he didn't.
Pretty interested to see just how, how aggressive he is with it. He could recast it this turn. I believe he's also picked up a copy of Orbs of Warding, however. And he may just want, because he's so far ahead here, he may just want to not recast Demonic Pact until he knows he has a way to get rid of it.
Well, it's pretty hard to pass up on Orbs of Warding right now, honestly.
Yeah, and this card, if you want other narrow cards that are excellent against mono red, here's one. You have Hexproof. All right, well, that's great against burn spells. If a creature deal damage to you, prevent one of it. That shuts down red decks.
And if you're playing red, you probably can't win. Here's Abbott. There's Swiftspear. Nice.
Yeah. There is a Smash to Smithereens in Jory's board.
Go get him, Swiftspear.
Go deal that 0. It's okay if you burn him first. Hold on. Nope.
I can kill my Abbott.
If you attack and Sam says no blocks and you burn your own Monastery Swiftspear.
Also a line.
It's really hard to deal damage with this card in play.
Yeah.
I suppose that's extreme. You could just burn the Satyr Wayfinder and then deal 1.
All that to get 1 through, to knock your opponent down to 12.
Just do it 12 more times and you're fine.
Perfect. How about this? How about a Demonic Pact again?
Pass the turn. He's left up mana to cast Dig Through Time.
Yeah, a lot of cards in the graveyard right now.
Doesn't have a way to get rid of the Demonic Pact just yet, but we are turns away from that card killing Sam.
Eidolon's actually kind of laughable now, too. It's not very good.
Yeah, it's not just if a creature would deal damage on the attack. It's if a creature would deal damage to you. Eidolons do 1 with Orbs in play.
Yeah. Here's Lightning Strike on Satyr Wayfinder. That'll trigger prowess on both these creatures, which means they get to attack for a little bit more.
Yeah, so Magic has a long history of cards that are super narrow in their effects and are completely backbreaking to mono red and burn strategies. We have things like Warmth, Circle of Protection Red, Dragon's Claw, Core Firewalker. Orbs of Warding is part of that family.
It's a little more expensive than the cards that you mentioned, but I do agree with you on the whole. It is definitely part of that family.
Yeah, it's just red doesn't beat this card. And here is a Dig Through Time for Sam on the end step. His board, Demonic Pact and Orbs of Warding. Matchup certainly has gotten closer post-board. Huge investment on Sam's part.
Taking a look at the top 7, Freakus Cure in there, Void Snare 2, also Den Protector. I think we're going to eventually work our way towards a 3rd game here, because I can't imagine Sam losing this one now.
Den Protector Void Snare is pretty reasonable if he wants that. Freakus Cure, also good. Doesn't take the Void Snare yet. So doesn't have a way to get rid of his pact just yet. He'll get there.
It would be a bad way to go.
Absolutely.
Going to take care of Eidolon here with the Demonic Pact. Gain some life in the process.
So I got to be careful about making pact with demons. They're unforgiving. Now, what he can do is Satyr Wayfinder will mill him. He can mill into one of his cards that gets rid of a Demonic Pact and bring it back, but Satyr Wayfinder will get the land. Does have another Dig Through Time in his hand. Be very surprised if he can't find a way to get rid of it as he just continues to grind card advantage. Here's Den Protector face down. Jory wants to check the graveyard.
Yeah, not a lot you can do about whatever's down there.
Yeah, and there is the Void Snare just waiting there. So,
yeah. Just in case I make a boo-boo.
I mean, him losing to Demonic Pact, while hugely unlikely, feels like it's Jory's out.
It's a great one from the game if the board's stable. Because once you play Demonic Pact when the board is stable, there's almost no coming back if you're Jory.
Right.
Because the effect is, it's so ridiculous and it costs no mana after you pay the upfront cost. Really, it just mimics kind of a Planeswalker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but not many Planeswalkers have the ability to zero to draw 2 or 0 your opponent discards 2.
Yeah.
I mean, all these abilities, were they 0 abilities on a Planeswalker, they'd be insane. I mean, except for the lose the game one. You wouldn't activate that.
There's Freakus Cure.
And Sam just showing off the sideboard at this point.
This allows Den Protector to come in. We know he's got this huge sideboard package to try to turn around this matchup. He has to give game 1 away to be able to do this and get good matchups elsewhere. That's why he's down a game. This game is very much in his favor. There's Void Snare. Gonna replay. Clear it off. play a Swamp, pass the turn back, hiding behind his Orbs of Warding. Don't know how many more turns of this Jory wants to play.
Another Den Protector in Sam's hand. Yeah, over half the side. Remember, Sam, half his sideboard just for this matchup.
Jory has decided, he has decided no mas, as Sam Braatz is going to win game number 2 here against Jory White. Sultai control, mono red aggro, getting ready for game number 3, which means we'll take a look at the sideboard here one more time for both players. I'm interested to see if either one wants to go back. Again, Jory has great options here in Heel Cutter, Outpost Siege, and Scab Clan Berserker, and also that Singleton Smash the Smithereens can help against Orbs of Warding. But Sam, as we said, 2 Orbs, a Negate, 4 Pharika's Cures, 2 Duresses. Those options are great.
Not to mention, sure, extra Sultai Charm, extra Languish. Great. Bring them all in. I will be interested, because of how dominant Orbs of Warding was that game, to see whether or not Jory goes to the one of Smash to Smithereens. There are no other artifacts in Sam's deck. It's so narrow, but perhaps necessary.
Having an out's nice.
Yeah, but it's close. I mean, having an out's nice. Having a dead card's horrible.
Yeah, that's not good. That's actually a tough decision to make, because once Orbs comes down, and part of the way that this red deck is built is to burn you out, to get you to 10, and then finish you off with a Exquisite Firecraft and Stoke, you could just be colded by Orbs. So
what I'm interested in, so originally I said that Jory would go to a bigger plan with cards like Outpost Siege to help him win the game. Outpost Siege seems great in the matchup. However, if Jory thinks that Orbs of Warding is just such a back-breaking card that he just can't beat it when it's in play, and that Sam will find it too consistently, then he doesn't actually want to go to a board plan like Outpost Siege, because card advantage doesn't matter if that artifact's in play. So if he says, okay, I just can't beat that artifact and you're going to have it, he wants to actually skew his deck toward being hyper-aggressive and instead go in line of, I will try to beat you before you play Orbs.
Well, I'm curious to see how this is going to break down. Both games have been one-sided. Jory won game 1 in a laugher. And then Sam, well, I think game 2 was a laugher in his favor. His deck did everything it was supposed to do.
No multiple thought seizes. Game 2 for Sam. Kill spells worked. Things were happy. I mean, 4 Pharika's Cures, that's a huge investment. That and 2 Orbs. These cards aren't good in other matchups. I mean, there maybe are some matchups so you can play Pharika's Cure and hope it's fine. I guess against Jeskai, it's not unreasonable to think you'll kill some creatures with it. Not all of them, though. It's not great.
Well, these players getting ready here for game number 3. We'll talk about Star City Games Game Night, the very popular promotion that you can run at your local store. All you have to do is get in touch with Star City Games or one of our organized play representatives, and that's the way you can go about getting the Kraken for September. You can get the Hippo this coming month in October, and certainly you can sign up to get the Otter, who we have deemed Otter von Bismarck, in November. StarCityGames.com/game night for more information about that, or do contact your Star City Games organized play representative. Get signed up for this very popular promotion. Win some tokens, some cards, cute animals on stuff. And December, well, you can probably guess what it is. We're not going to tell you until next month for the Open Series in Indianapolis. But if you're savvy, you could probably figure out what it is.
It's Santa, right?
I can't tell you either, Matthias.
Okay. All right, it'll be a present.
Is Santa an animal?
Probably not.
Is Santa a cute, fluffy animal?
I mean, he's kind of fluffy. He's got a big beard.
You went with probably not for Santa being an animal? It's unclear.
Could be yeah. All right.
I haven't met the guy. It's unclear.
Right. That's why I said probably. But
I know.
Yeah.
You did it correct. Probably not for Santa. I'll give you, the game night creature may or may not hang out with Santa on occasion. That's it. That's the only hint. No guesses.
All right.
And we're getting ready for game number 3. Jory White going to be on the play. See what he can find. Last game, kept a burn heavy hand, no creatures. That did not work out very well.
No, not at all. I mean, it matched up so poorly just to the card Demonic Pact.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saving burn spells in your hand. Well, that's good. All right. You should get rid of some of those.
You got to have that mix. That's what's important. You got to have that mix.
Early creatures would have been fantastic there. On the other hand, if Jory keeps a hand of all creatures, he possibly gets Pharika's Cured out of the game. So I don't know if he can know which one he's supposed to keep. But you're right. Against Demonic Pacts and Duresses, a burn heavy hand won't get there.
Yeah. Got to start with the Swift Spear Zergo, then add some creatures, be able to overwhelm a card like Pharika's Cure, and just go from there.
A Zergo that game would have dealt a lot of damage. Sam actually didn't have much early removal.
Yeah, Zergo would have been really good that game. Really, really good. Didn't have it, though.
Yeah, he did draw the turn 2 Eidolon, so as it came out, his hand was pretty good. I mean, I think Sam was very well equipped to deal with red there.
I think so.
Like I said, for the investment he's made into this matchup, he better be.
Well, let's not forget, folks, that 2 weeks from now, Battle for Zendikar, the release event, is at the Open Series in Indianapolis. And this is the last one of these tournaments in what has been a great standard format. It's been a blast to watch over the past year. And we'll see if Mono Red can get another trophy, as Jory White's going to start with the Monastery of Swisspear. This is exactly where he wants to be. On the play, Game 3 with it all on the line.
Looks like Sam does have a Demonic Pact in hand. That's going to be central to his strategy, if I remember Game 2. Has Satyr Wayfinder to possibly bridge the way up to it, but on the draw, he's going to take some extra points of damage.
Opulent Palace is where Sam will start. For Jory White, he'll draw a card. Looks like a heel cutter is what he's found. There's a mountain. He does have some 2-drops here, an Eidolon and Abbot to play. So hand looks pretty nice.
This looks great, Searing Blood as well. I imagine he'll just go toward Eidolon.
There's an attack from 1.
Maybe get some value off Abbot later.
There's Eidolon, pass the turn back. Force Sam to have some answers.
This hand is really scary. Even with Sam's deck skewed as hard as it is to win these kind of matchups, I'm worried about his ability to beat this draw.
Yeah, I mean, Sam right now has a Duress in hand that I personally would be scared to cast. I think I would want to cast it, but to play Duress and have to take 2 is not great.
If Duress costs 0, I would cast it. We're not in the Thoughtseize situation where he literally doesn't want to cast the card. It's more just, or maybe he is actually. He did play a tap land and didn't play Duress.
Yeah, there's a land.
Seems a tad aggressive. I mean, the Duress, as we know, would have gotten an exquisite, would have gotten a Searing Blood, I believe.
Yeah, that or a Firecraft.
Yeah, or a Firecraft. So, and both those are probably wins for Sam.
Couldn't have nailed this heel cutter, though, that's coming across in the red zone. Sam's going to fall down to 12 already. Orbs of Warding the draw. We're a little ways away from that, though. Yeah,
so he's got the big haymakers. He's got Demonic Pact. He has Orbs of Warding. If he can survive to that point, then we have a game. These are his board cards. He is definitely missing Pharika's Cures.
Pluto Delta the land. This will allow him to cast Sultai Charm this turn.
And even with all the sideboard tech, it just seems like it's too slow. Jory picking up Stoke the Flames. Sam's going to take a Pain off the fetch. He's going to take 2 off whatever spell he casts. He'll be at 9. Jory has 9 points of burn in his hand. I don't see Sultai getting out of it.
Yeah, it seems pretty tough because he's going to take the turn off to cast the Demonic Pact most likely. And as we said, Demonic Pact, when it comes in, doesn't do anything. The turns afterward, quite good.
If he takes the time to cast Demonic Pact on turn 4, he will not live to use one of its abilities.
Heel Cutter coming in again. Doesn't trigger the Eidolon. It's a 4-mana spell. Sam is going to play Sultai Charm here in just a moment. Just has to figure out what land he wants to search up with the Pluto Delta.
Go to 11. He'll go to 9 off casting Sultai Charm, and then down to 6. I'm assuming he'll take the Heel Cutter here. He may take Eidolon, I suppose. It's really tough. They all can beat him.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to take care of the Eidolon.
Yeah.
I think that's the more problematic card. Because this at least opens up his window for Duress, but it looks like he's going to go after the Heel Cutter.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll matter. I think the reason you want to take care of Eidolon is because this way Jory can swing and play a burn spell next turn, and I don't know if Sam beats that. You know, he goes down to 6 here. If you take care of the Eidolon, you go to 5, but at least Jory's board is a Swift Spear, which, to be fair, you would lose to Firecraft.
Is it time for maybe a Languish? It's a Demonic Pact and hoping he's not dead.
I mean, that is... So that there is... And Sam knows that there's no way that he's going to see another turn.
All he can do is cross his fingers, hope the hand is bad, but here's an exquisite Firecraft, and that is going to do it. Jory White is going to win this match here over Sam Braatz. 2-1. Mono Red Aggro will take care of Sultai Control, and for our last standard tournament with Theros and Konstantar Kier, it's Mono Red again. Congratulations to Jory White, our Open Series champion here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and you saw Sam an aggressive sideboard plan. It worked out game 2, but against what was a very solid line on the play. Even though that board plan was not enough, Demonic Pact, Orbs of Warding, Duress all in his hand, and just not able to do a thing.
Good for 1 game, but not good enough for 2 after sideboard. And